Hello to all astrology enthusiasts. In this video, I want to discuss the transit of Venus in Gemini for each of the 12 zodiac signs. What kind of energy does it bring into our lives and how does it manifest in different situations and areas of life? So let's get started. Aries. Venus in Gemini is moving through your third house of the horoscope, and here it directs your attention to areas of communication, learning, travel, trips, and interactions with your close circle, your siblings, and even your neighbors. This is generally the house of words, information, short trips, documentation, and our everyday communications. Here, Venus will bring you ease, charm, harmony, and attractiveness specifically into your daily affairs, your speech, and your communication style. Everything will become more pleasant, more beautiful, easier to perceive, and you'll respond more quickly. Overall, this transit can create situations where you'll experience a lot of flirting, attraction, and light infatuation through messaging, social networks, acquaintances, studies, or trips. During this transit, you might feel attracted to someone from your close circle of communication, to a person you interact with frequently, say, in some courses you're taking, or even towards a colleague or a neighbor. There will be engaging, appealing topics for learning here. You can study design, speech style, fashion, blogging, or take courses on content creation. This is also a great time to harmonize relationships with your close relatives, especially brothers and sisters. Here, your daily flow of information expands, because Venus is in Gemini after all, and you want to communicate, discuss, write, record stories, and share your thoughts. Venus in the third house makes our speech softer, more attractive, and enticing. And also Venus here can bring you small, pleasant trips. Maybe you'll want to go to a cafe in a neighboring town, or go on a picnic, or visit a friend in the countryside. And these trips will become a source of inspiration and joy for you. To ground this energy, try to speak beautifully and mindfully. Learn things that bring you joy and share this information with others. And by the way, you can write love letters here, record various stories, create beautiful texts and videos. You can, so to speak, beautify your informational environment, and you can do this, for example, through documents on your phone, in presentations, or on your blog. Even your correspondence here can be turned into a form of art. And it's important to enjoy communicating with the people around you. And also ground yourself through your body, through breathing. This could be yoga, massage, or light walks, gentle exercise like this. Use your energy in a positive way. I wish you success. Taurus. Venus in the communicative sign of Gemini is currently moving through your second house of the horoscope, and here actually it is quite strong. Symbolically, this is its natural territory, the house of money, resources, self-esteem, stability, inner value, and the expression of your personal desires. But since it's in Gemini, it doesn't manifest through hard work or material accumulation, but rather through the ability to sell ideas, communicate, be flexible, adaptable, clever, charming, and charismatic. This is about earning money through speech, words, intellect, learning, and connections. And here, this transit may create situations for you where your income increases thanks to intellectual activities or intellectual resources. You can earn money through negotiations, advertising, sales, tutoring, blogging, creating PDF guides, consulting, or courses. There can be very easy money and quick ideas here. Moreover, these are side gigs, one-time orders, or temporary collaborations that bring you profit. Money comes because you are in the right place with the right words. An interest in the topic of financial literacy arises. You may want to read about or study this topic, or something related to investments, budget management, or you might want to discover new sources of income. During this transit, your tastes and values are renewed and your self-esteem increases specifically through intellect. That's why if you communicate with the right people, you can feel more confident in yourself. Additionally, during this transit, beneficial purchases and enjoyable spending are possible. You might find some interesting deals or get a chance to buy something very beautiful, useful, and inexpensive. To ground this energy, monetize your intellect, bring more ease into it, and make use of texts, words, and information. In other words, don't be afraid to get paid for your knowledge or advice, even if it seems too simple. Because during this transit, people will be willing to pay you specifically for your ease and clarity. Decide for yourself what is valuable to you. You can do written practices, allow yourself to spend specifically on what inspires you. Don't confine yourself with limitations. You can buy yourself a book, an online course, a beautiful notebook, or go on a trip, and that alone will fill you up. So allow money to be a source of pleasure for you here, not just a means of survival. Turn your words into capital during this transit and strengthen your self-esteem, specifically through self-expression, through engaging in dialogue, and by showcasing your knowledge. I wish you success. Gemini, Venus is moving through your sign, through your first house of the horoscope. And here, of course, it will be shining a light on you personally. It will affect your appearance, your communication style, your manner of interaction, your charisma, your behavior, and your sense of self. This is a time when you will become especially attractive to others and to yourself. People will see you as more charming, easygoing, vibrant, and sociable. And this personal charm, along with the inner feeling of I am likable, I am interesting, I enjoy being myself, will draw people to you. In Gemini, Venus is especially playful, lively, sociable. She activates both physical agility and lightness of movement, beauty in speech, bit of flirtation, and gives a vibrant interest in oneself and the world. Therefore, here the energy will be directed toward your self-expression through your appearance, your communication style, your speech, and your image. And this transit will create situations for you where you will feel this personal attractiveness. You will receive more compliments and easily charm people. This is a period of flirting, new romantic acquaintances, and public activity. Your followers or subscriber count may increase if you run a channel or a blog. In other words, there will be more interest in you. During this transit, it's a good time to update your style, image, and behavior. You'll want to buy new clothes, change your hairstyle, or experiment with your look and the way you speak. It's very easy to develop an increased sense of self-confidence during this time. You start to feel an inner comfort and affection for yourself. There will be a lot of flirting, light infatuations, and new acquaintances. You can showcase your creativity through performances, live streams, stories, interviews, photos, or video recordings. And do all of this with ease and a sense of aesthetics because people will be drawn specifically to your energy here. Indulge in yourself and your own potential. All the attention should be focused on you during this time. To ground this energy, work consciously on your image. Position yourself wisely on social media, update your wardrobe, do photo shoots, and talk about yourself more with love and emotion. And it's important for you to realize what value you bring because after all, this is your sign. Take note of any feedback, catch compliments, likes, approval, and interest. You can write all of this down. It will help strengthen your self-esteem. The main thing is not to lose yourself in flirting. Focus more and also support your body during this transit with light workouts, breathing exercises, and dancing. All of this will help you ground your energy. I wish you success. Cancers, the transit of Venus in Gemini is happening in your 12th house of the horoscope, which is the house of solitude, the house of the secrets of our subconscious, our silence, creativity, and spirituality. Here, as Venus moves through it in the sign of Gemini, the energy of love, pleasure, and beauty turns inward into you. And in Gemini, this will be an intellectual immersion into subtle realms, some hidden desires, unexpressed feelings. Your intuition will be heightened here. Pay attention to it. You will feel inspired to engage in creative activities. Love here may be secretive, platonic, or of course there could be secret relationships during Venus's transit through the 12th house. In fact, this is a time for silence, rest, healing, and creativity, specifically in solitude. And the transit itself will create situations for you where you may have secret feelings, hidden attractions, a secret crush might appear, or you might be involved in correspondence where there's flirting between the lines or some kind of romance that is still kept in the shadows. There may also be situations when memories of past relationships come flooding back, nostalgia, or even former partners might return. There will be a need for solitude, distancing. You'll want to communicate with a very small circle of people. You'll feel like immersing yourself more in creativity, in subtle beauty, listening to music, watching movies, or reading some mystical literature. You want to engage in creative pursuits, but not for show. And by the way, some of you will find your interest in esoteric and spiritual topics awakening. You might find yourself reading a lot of literature, studying symbolism, dreams, and psychology in order to ground this energy. Immerse yourself in these topics, create solitude for yourself, create beauty, and experience this period as something positive for yourself. Try to ground yourself through your body using yoga, swimming, maybe a relaxing massage, some breathing techniques or body reps. Or you can go on a solo trip to spend time with yourself. Pay attention to your dreams and your intuition. During this transit, a lot of information will come to you specifically from your subconscious. I wish you success. See you soon. Deus. Venus in Gemini is transiting through your 11th house of the horoscope. This is the house of communities, friends, publicity, like-minded people, internet projects, online spaces, as well as the house of dreams and plans for the future. And here, as Venus moves through this sector, it activates pleasant and inspiring connections for you, including new acquaintances, even through the internet. And here you may receive affection specifically from your audience. In Gemini, this is the energy of lightness, flexibility, and a kind of intellectual play. And here this energy will be directed toward uniting, exchanging, joint inspiration, and spending time together. Overall, this transit creates situations for you that are connected to strengthening friendships and your social ties. There will be many new acquaintances, or you might find like-minded people or sponsors for your projects, and you could receive recognition from your audience. For example, if you have some kind of online project for a community, there will be flirting, there will be a lot of affection, specifically through online platforms, for instance, dating sites. You might meet someone through correspondence, and it could smoothly develop into a romance. You can participate in various team projects, conferences, and events where there are a lot of people. During this transit, your relationships within a group will be especially harmonious. You can attract resources and money specifically through connections, either through online acquaintances or through friends of friends. To ground this energy, you need to pay attention to these areas of your life. For example, strengthen your friendships or meet new people. Or you can speak publicly and do it easily and beautifully. It's important for you to be involved in joint projects, activities, and to participate in team projects. It's also a great time to reconsider your dreams, because after all, the 11th house is about dreams for the future. You can make a vision board or do some written practices. And overall, this energy is also well grounded physically. For example, you can take part in some joint sports activities. The main thing here is to interact socially and communicate in a gentle, easy way, to flirt, in other words, to stay flexible. That way, this transit will work out positively for you. I wish you success. See you soon. Virgos, Venus transiting through Gemini is moving through your 10th house of the horoscope. This is the area of your social status, career, professional achievements, and reputation. And in general, your position of I in this world. And here, when Venus moves through this house in Gemini, it becomes especially light, intellectual, and shifts the focus to your public appeal, your charm specifically in the professional sphere, and your charisma in the eyes of your superiors and clients. Here, you know how to present yourself beautifully and convincingly. This is a time when your value and your style come to the forefront, specifically in your career and your overall public role. The transit will create situations where your superiors will pay attention to you. You may receive recognition in your career. You can be very public. During this period, you may be working as the face of something. This could include various interviews, conferences, presentations, photo or video shoots, any on-camera work, public speaking, brand presentations, or launching a project or business. All of this will be very active during this transit. You can also work on creating your image, updating your website, building a portfolio, or setting up social media accounts that will draw attention specifically to your professional activities. There may be flirting and romantic interests at work. Light office romances are possible with colleagues, clients, or even people of higher status than you. Any kind of business communication is greatly harmonized during this transit because Venus in Gemini is quite light and easygoing. And here you can also think about ideas for monetizing your image or working through your voice. In other words, during this transit, you can earn money with your words and discover new sources of income. To ground this energy, pay special attention to the professional sphere of your life. Work on your public image, update your social media, or, for example, design a work project in a way that is elegant, stylish, and definitely intellectual. Use words and speech as tools for professional growth. You will be more diplomatic here, show more charm, and of course this will have a positive effect on your relationships with management. And remember, your style is part of your strength. And of course, it can give you an advantage in your professional field and career growth. I wish you success. Libra. And Venus in Gemini is moving through your 9th house of the horoscope. The 9th house is the house of expanding our horizons, our worldview. This is the area of education, especially academic education, travel, teaching activities, resolving legal and juridical matters, processing documents, visas for relocation, and any interactions with foreigners, whether in personal relationships or business partnerships. During this transit, you might meet a foreigner on a dating site, and in the future, this could develop into a serious romance. Here, Venus makes these areas very pleasant, easy, inspiring, and enriching. You might embark on a long journey, and you'll find yourself feeling very curious along the way. When meeting new people, there will be a sense of playfulness, an intellectual flirtation, and a light, easygoing style of communication. Overall, this transit will create situations for you where there will be pleasant trips, dreams of traveling, or the opportunity to go abroad on vacation. And all of these will really energize you. You might develop a romantic interest in a foreigner, a teacher, or someone from a different culture or religion. You'll feel a desire to learn more. And this desire will come with a great deal of enjoyment. You'll want to study psychology, the culture of other countries, fashion, philosophy, and astrology. Moreover, learning will feel very easy and playful. You can broaden your worldview through communication, studying other religions, other countries, different experiences, and by participating in international projects, international education, or business ventures, or by successfully applying for a scholarship in some international educational project, or by teaching online. All of this will be supported by this transit in your 9th house. In order to ground this energy, be sure to pay attention to these areas of your life. Open yourself up to new experiences, broaden your worldview, read literature, study foreign languages, communicate more with people from abroad, make new acquaintances, and act specifically through words and ideas. You can write, publish, read, speak, and share your thoughts and ideas. All this will bring you exactly this kind of feeling energy. Venus transit in Gemini occurs in your 8th house of horoscope. The 8th house is one of the deepest and most intense houses. And this is symbolically your house. This is the sphere of psychology, the area of personal transformation, topics of intimacy, financial matters, especially other people's finances, issues of inheritance, debts, and investments. Here, the topic of esotericism and secret knowledge, the hidden processes of our lives, comes to the forefront. In this position, Venus will take on a shade of magnetism, attraction, a kind of taboo allure for you. And while in Gemini, it will add an intellectual playfulness to these themes, give you the opportunity to flirt, and increase your interest in the forbidden. It's as if during this significant transit, we can truly read between the lines, and this particular transit will undoubtedly create various situations for you where there is clear flirting, but always with a captivating hint of mystery or perhaps a touch of risk or even something delightfully forbidden. So be very attentive here. That is, you might get drawn into a kind of psychological game, into communication, or in relationships there could be an age or status difference. And this can be both exciting and destructive in your life. You will also be attracted to topics like psychology, esotericism, and magic. You might immerse yourself more deeply in this field or start psychotherapy during this transit. Financial matters related to loans, taxes, payments, inheritance, or investments will be resolved. So especially if you are a Gemini, you may find it very easy to invest. But it's important to understand that Venus here is superficial, so the risks are also quite high. Your sexual energy increases in your life, and this may manifest in personal relationships and in your intimate sphere. And accordingly, you can also earn money here by working with words or through your analytical skills. That is, you can monetize your knowledge, especially in esoterics, precisely thanks to Venus in Gemini, and you can offer consultations. Maybe you are that psychologist or coach who conducts online consultation. Or you can create videos or some kind of online products to ground this energy, explore depth through beauty. So it's a very good time to work with shadow topics. After all, this is the 8th house. Through music, through poetry, through symbolism, creativity, and the study of secret knowledge. If this transit affects your personal relationships, then it's important to be very honest in your dialogue with your partner, especially when it comes to intimacy and issues of trust. In addition, share more knowledge and information and work with your body. You can use breathing practices, some kind of body therapy, or ground yourself through sex as related to the 8th house. This will also work to your advantage. And it's very beneficial to have open conversations in order to bring out everything that's hidden from our eyes. In any case, I wish you success. Sagittarius. Venus in Gemini is moving through your 7th house of the horoscope. And the 7th house is the house of partnership, marriage, business partnerships, alliances, unions, or mirror relationships. Here, Venus will intensify your desire to be with someone, to negotiate, to charm, or to seek compromise. In Gemini, this is the energy of intellectual flirting, lightness in relationships, and wordplay. And Here you will feel a fresh breeze in your partnerships. Right now, dialogues, shared ideas, and joint projects will be especially important for you. It's a good time to launch an advertising campaign for your business or startup. Overall, this transit will create situations where you'll meet new people and experience flirting. Romantic relationships will begin very easily. Moreover, these could be conversations through social networks, messaging, or in some educational or informational environment, or interactions. So these are light romances in the professional sphere of life. And you can also refresh and strengthen your existing relationships here, because heart-to-heart conversations will start very easily. It's very easy to flirt with your partner, read together, travel, learn something new, or discuss a movie you've watched. In general, during this transit, it's a good time to have conversations about love, values, finances, and freedom in relationships. What is important to you? What does freedom mean to you? How can you maintain lightness in a relationship? Here you'll attract more intelligent partners, specifically those who are intellectual, because after all, Venus is in Gemini, and you'll be drawn to people who know how to talk, think outside the box, tell stories, write, and teach. You can easily get involved in teaching, blogging, or even public speaking, which are all great ways to contribute. And all of this will work to your advantage. By the way, you can also earn money through your words. To ground your energy, talk a lot, but do it lightly. Update your agreements, both in business and personal relationships. Review and discuss them. Meet new people. Start new romantic relationships. Here, it's very easy to move from a romantic relationship to an official one. It will be easy to come to an agreement to simply get married, for example, or to get divorced, whatever is relevant for you. And in general, try not to get stuck on superficiality, because after all, Venus in Gemini is very light. Don't shy away from depth, but at the same time, keep your interactions light. I wish you success. Capricorns. Venus in Gemini in your 6th house of the horoscope affects your work, routine, daily tasks, responsibilities, your health, nutrition, relationships with colleagues, and your daily schedule. Venus always brings lightness, pleasure, everyday beauty, and aesthetics. It is very lively, talkative, and very flexible. You may find it very easy to start exercising or to introduce some healthy habits into your life. And this transit will create situations for you where the atmosphere at work improves, your relationships with colleagues get better, there will be more humor and flirting, and there could even be office romances, very light and superficial ones. It will also be easy to smooth over any relationships and reach a compromise. You will be attractive specifically through your work. That is, clients, partners, and colleagues may start to notice you. This transit is also excellent for promoting yourself as a professional. You'll want to beautify your daily routine, maybe update something at your workplace, or start some pleasant rituals, for example, having coffee in the mornings before work begins. There will be flirting and attraction specifically in collaborative work and joint projects. There may even be romantic or intellectual connections with colleagues or clients. You'll want to organize your space in a new way, or maybe start using some apps, trackers, or intelligent systems like productivity courses or tools for tracking nutrition, calories, and so on. And of course, engaging in sports. To ground this energy, be sure to pay attention to these areas of your life. Communicate easily and effectively, be genuinely kind and understanding, flirt playfully and charmingly, meet new and interesting people, do various sports and physical activities, enjoy diverse and relaxing treatments, start new and healthy diets, or perhaps embark on a new and comprehensive fitness program. Be sure to take care of your health. Right now, it's very easy to undergo a course of treatment if needed. take care of your pets. This is also relevant for the 6th house, and create a pleasant daily routine for yourself. I wish you success. Aquarius. Venus in Gemini is moving through your 5th house of the horoscope. And here in the 5th house, it's a very bright, very playful period for you when the energy of love, creativity, and pleasure will be especially active for you. In general, the 5th house is responsible for romance, flirting, creativity, hobbies, games, entertainment, spending time for pure enjoyment, as well as our relationships with our children and romantic relationships. Venus here will amplify your desire to enjoy yourself and express yourself creatively. You want to meet people easily, build pleasant, light-hearted relationships. In other words, get into romantic relationships and flirt a lot. And of course, during this transit, you may develop new romantic interests. In addition, you feel like engaging in creative activities or getting passionate about a hobby. Moreover, you might even be able to monetize your hobby through the power of words. That is, you can promote your passion by advertising it verbally or anywhere that involves speech and an intellectual component. To ground this energy in a positive way, try to communicate and meet new people consciously, because after all, Venus in Gemini tends to be superficial. At the same time, stay lighthearted and flirt a lot. Spend more time with your children, your romantic partner, or immerse yourself in a creative project. You can launch your creative initiatives. Enjoy more entertainment and relaxation wherever there is pleasure and joy. Now is the perfect time to dive into these experiences. I wish you success. Use this energy in a positive way. See you soon. Pisces. Venus in Gemini is moving through your 4th house of the horoscope. And the 4th house activates any family matters, interactions with your spouse, relatives, parents, or concerns topics of real estate, moving or changing your place of residence. And right now you can do all of this very easily. You can just as easily move to another country. The 4th house is family. And family is our ancestral past, our home, our inner world, our emotional roots. And Venus here will allow you to create harmony in family relationships. Or you might want to beautify your home, do some renovations, or create a cozy atmosphere. So there will be a significant amount of ease and comfort, and you can readily take care of various household matters, perhaps even start some new and exciting family projects, or even actually consider changing your current place of residence, whether that involves selling or buying a property, or, for example, effectively renting out a particular space. Overall, this transit will create situations where you'll want to decorate or refresh your home environment, add something bright or new to your interior. And there will be many family gatherings, lots of discussions and negotiations with close relatives, especially concerning household and housing matters. And of course, you can also meet new people. And during this transit, your family may grow because a new person joins the family. To effectively ground the harmonious energy of Venus in Gemini within your 4th house, it is beneficial to pay careful attention to creating a sense of comfort, perhaps by starting significant renovations or thoughtfully considering the important topic of moving to a completely new place. Right now, you can openly and freely discuss these important topics related specifically to your immediate family and your current location, allowing for a more comprehensive conversation. You can plan and launch any home projects. And because Gemini is very light and flexible, during this transit you'll be especially mobile, and any household or domestic issues will be resolved easily. It will be easy to reach compromises and have dialogues with your close relatives, parents, or marriage partner, everything related to family matters. I wish you success. Subscribe, like, and share this video. See you soon.